All right. Well, hello to all of you. We're so glad to have you here participating in this seminar today. And, I just can't wait to be able to share our vision with you and the things that God has been teaching my wife and I and our team, and now hundreds and thousands of grandparents all across the country. So let's get going here. Each one of you should have a notebook, and I'll probably call it a notebook or a manual, but you should have something that you're going to follow throughout the seminar. And let's open it right up and get started by talking about what really is involved in this seminar. And you do that by turning to the page that has a table of contents on it. So I'll let you find that, and you'll see that there are 6 sessions, and I want to walk you through them. The first session is on vision. We're going to be talking about the amazing influence of a grandparent. And I know that some of you are going to just be stirred to the depths of your soul, thinking about grandparenting in a brand new way that you've never thought about before. And then in session number 2, we're going to look at what does the Bible say. That's going to give us the foundation for this. And you are going to be amazed by what Scripture has to say about the role of a grandparent. So those are kind of foundational, and then we're going to begin moving toward the practical. And in the third session, we're going to be talking about strategy. Well, I'll say it again in a little bit, but we're going to be talking a lot about being intentional grandparents. And you can't be intentional without having a strategy or a plan. So we're going to get you started on having a plan for how to really influence those dear grandkids that you have. Then in the last half of it, we're going to turn to even more practicality. We're going to address in session 4 something that is critical, and that is, how do you overcome the obstacles? What if you have obstacles like distance? What if you have obstacles like broken relationships? How do you overcome those to still have an impact on your grandkids? And we're going to give you some ideas and some principles to help with that. Session number 5 is intensely practical. It comes from a friend of mine that I'll introduce later, but it is the 8 best practices of Christian grandparents. And you're going to love to go through those. And we're going to end in the final session with a challenge, just really encouraging you to step it up. So that's the plan for it. If you're watching by video, I want to give some instructions to you as well. As you go through the seminar, and as you participate by video, make sure that you do the very same things that I ask the audience here to do. So for example, if I ask them to stand up, you stand up. Even if you're sitting in your recliner in your living room as part of a small group and you're really comfortable, if I say stand up, well, get out of your recliner and stand up. We want you to participate. When we have discussion times here, you make sure that you have discussion times there, and that you follow through, because that's when we really learn, and we learn from each other. And then follow along in this book. It's meant to be a tool to help you to be the best learners that you can be. We don't want you to be a spectator. We want you to be a participant in this series and what we're doing. So make sure that you follow along the book. Fill in the blanks. There are blanks to be filled in. And I want to especially address you guys, because I know I'm one, so I know how this works. You get one book, and then your wife fills it in, you sit and watch. So don't do that. You have your own book, you fill it in, you write in all the blanks. You will learn so much more if you participate. And as we do this together, I want to tell you that I believe that God is going to stir many of your hearts. You're going to be transformed by this seminar. You're going to be transformed by the series and the things that we learn. Some of you will walk out of here you will never be the same again for what God is going to say and do. So you ready?